Hello and welcome. Oh, crud. Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today we got another knife review. And that is of this guy. This is the Bestech Texel. Oops, here, let me get that. Bestech Texel. Yeah, super cool knife. Digging it. So as always, we'll go through the specs, talk about the knife and what I like, what I don't like, and compare it and test it. All right. So the Texel is made by Bestech. It's kind of one of their budget options, but really well done nonetheless. And the overall length of it is 7.5 inches long. The blade length is 3.25 inches. The blade width from cutting edge to spine at the widest is 1 inch. The blade thickness is 0.13 inches thick. The handle length is 4.25 inches long. The handle width is an inch. And the handle thickness is 0.54 inches thick. The overall weight is 3.25 ounces, which is really nice. Just over 3 ounces. And yeah. So, I wasn't sure what quite to think with this knife. I just know that there's, a number of different Chinese companies that are making some really good stuff, and I've seen other YouTubers reviewing their products and having really good experiences with them. I have had Bestech knives in the past. I had the Goblin, I believe, and I can put a link in the upper right hand corner to that so you can check out that knife. But was pretty impressed with that. Made some really nice stuff, and it's nice to see that they're making some budget stuff too. But we'll start with the blade. The blade is really attractive to me personally. It is a sheep's foot blade, a little bit more stylized than what you'd expect. It almost looks like it could be a Warncliffe, but definitely has that curve and then the drop. So that's a sheep's foot. It's a plain edge blade, flat ground. No belly, but an ever so slight curve to the actual blade. It has a swedge up top here that lets the light shine off a little differently depending on what angle. And then the flat is a stonewash flat. So you got satin, swedge, and grind, and then you have a stonewash flat, which is pretty nice. Now this does come in a couple variations as far as the blade. Or another variation, and the flat on the other variation is a gray, and I don't know if it's a bead blast gray or if it's painted gray, but it is a darker gray, and that is an option. Then on the flat you have the Bestech design logo, Bestech knives it says. Then on the back we have D2 steel, and then an AP. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's the designer's mark. If you know what that is, please comment down below, because at the time I couldn't really find who designed it. But nevertheless, it's there. So, other than that, there is some slight jimping up top here. It's really minute. Seems fairly shallow and stuff, so it's not very aggressive at all. And then you have a very nice, generous finger, or not finger choil, a sharpening choil. I wouldn't put my finger in there. It's pretty small. I mean, I can't even get my tip in there, or my fingertip in there, so definitely would use it just for sharpening. But nevertheless, it is there. And no thumb studs, so it is a designated flipper. Flipper tab has a little bit of a curve to it, but there is jimping on it, so you will at least have some traction, and it is a nice smooth flipping. It does run on ball bearings, and once it breaks in, it's very nice and drop shutty almost. All right. But yeah, so that's just the blade. Love the blade. Love the feel, the look. It's D2 steel, so you do have to remember to try to keep it oiled, keep it clean, and keep it dry. because it will rust on you eventually. So just take that into account. But it is a very good edge retaining steel. Going into the handle, I love the handle. The overall profile and design of the handle is really nice. Um, yeah, got a nice deep forward choil there for your ring or pointer finger, and then the nice swooped flat for you. I really like the G10 texturing on here and the contouring. So you have this flat band across here with your cloth texture, and then it has kind of a hollow grind shaping on the one side, leading into the choil, and then kind of a hollow grind on the back, and it just gives it a different look and feel. But with that, it makes the G10 a little bit thicker than what your standard, but it gives it different textures, so it looks really nice. The other thing that I liked about this one, now this knife does come in a number of different handle colors. I think it comes in a jade green, yellow, and black. But I went with the black. Oh, and orange. The orange and the yellow ones have gray back spacers. The jade green has a black one, but I chose the black handled one with the satin finish blade and the stonewash flat, because it had this pop of red G10 color as the back spacer, and I just thought that was super cool. So you have a pretty nice looking knife all around, and then bam, just a pop of color, and it creates a kind of diamond shaped lanyard hole. So very nice. As you can see, there's the Bestech pivot pin, kind of a crazy bee looking thing. And the overall handle feel is pretty good. It's a little tiny bit short for my wide hands, but nevertheless, it's still in there, and it does give me a 4-finger grip. And the flipping, nice. On the back side, we have a one-directional pocket clip, right side tip up only. Once again, very plain, no branding or marking on it. Very subtle, but you will. It does function nicely. And then it's a mostly flow-through construction. Obviously, we have the spacer and the lanyard hole. But they did do a really nice job of milling out and skeletonizing the liner lock and the liners, to lighten the weight and keep it close to that 3 ounces. It is a liner lock. The liner lock does have some gnarling on it or jimping, and you're able to access it really nice and easy. Very smooth disengagement, and very easy to flip. Alright guys, so let's compare it to some other knives. We got the CJRP Craig. We'll do the Kershaw mixtape. I really love this budget mixtape. It's just too awesome, too good. We have the Kershaw Skyline, and we'll do the Civivi Elementum or Elemental or whatever it is. Alright guys, as you can see, the Warren Cliff or sheep's foot blade looks kind of like a cleaver blade. Handle wise, it's pretty much on par with most knives. You can see it's 3¼ inches. So it's kind of the longest one besides maybe the Skyline. And obviously the CJRB is a little bigger, but we'll start with that guy. So blade stock wise, pretty similar. Yeah, it's pretty similar. Handle wise, CJRB has some really thick G10, and so does the Bestech Texel, but yeah, pretty even. Size wise though, big difference. Boom. This is a big knife. Going into the mixtape, blade thickness about the same. Handle thickness pretty similar. Weight wise, the Texel is heavier than this mixtape. Skyline, blade thickness, Texel is thicker. Handle is thicker on the Texel. and heavier again. And then the Civivi, blade thickness about the same, handle thickness fairly similar, but the Texel's a little bit bigger. And pretty similar in weight, but the Civivi is lighter. But you can see comparison, Texel slightly bigger handle and blade length. Both very nice knives though, especially for the money. Alright guys, so last test is the ugly brown glove test. Initial jimping test. The flat, if I pinch, pretty good. If I get on that other hollow grind area, it's really smooth, so there's really no traction there. But enough on that flat for me to get a grip. Deployment was easy. Grip this way. The jimping up top is kind of useless. Really doesn't hold much of anything. I wish it would actually, the jimping would actually go back into the liners here, because that's where my thumb naturally rests with that choil, and I really don't have any grip up top. But when I pinch into the handle and the choil, it is pretty sturdy, so very nice. Very nice to disengage. I told you that liner lock is very smooth to disengage. Works well. And then the jimped flipper tab is very nice. Definitely passes. I really like the opening and closing with the gloved hand, so that's really nice. Definitely a pass. I would give it an A. We'll give that guy an A. Really like it. So there you have it, guys. This is the Bestech Texel. Excellent budget knife. Going anywhere from as low as $45, I think, is a sale price at the time of this video, up to like $65. So there's a $20 price difference somewhere in there, but you know, that's the lowest I've been able to find it, and kind of the priciest. So I'd just say around $50 for a D2 blade with ball bearings, nice flipping action, pop of color. Yeah, definitely a win in my book. So there you have it, guys. Bestech Texel. Check it out. I'll leave links in the description below. Check out these other videos. Click that in the upper right hand corner. Click that subscription button down here. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you outside.